absolutely amazing how a plane that big lifts off the ground. All right, you're sitting in your seat. You hear the engines rev up, the turbines start to spin, and the next thing you know, you're in the air. Now, we take for granted how a plane weighing 500,000 pounds actually lifts off the ground with such ease. How does it happen? It's easy, man. It's engines. Most modern-day jet airplanes use gas turbine engines to provide thrust. But how does a turbine engine work? I spoke with NASA researcher Teresa Benyo at Oceana Naval Air Station in Virginia Beach, Virginia, to find out more.
An engine is a machine that converts energy into mechanical motion, just like a car converts combusted gasoline into a force that causes the wheels to turn and cause the car to move. And there are many types of engines: an electric engine, turbine engine, just like the one we're standing in front of here. This is a gas turbine engine. This engine and all the others are created to do one thing, and that is to produce power.
What kind of engine does a jet plane use for power, and how does it work?
Well, Johnny, a jet plane uses a gas turbine engine for its power. This is how a gas turbine works. The air enters the engine through an inlet, and it is compressed by a compressor. The compressor takes the air from the outside of the engine and squeezes it into a very high pressure. And that high pressure air is needed by the combustor to burn with the fuel and cause a very high pressure, high velocity gas that is used by the turbine to accelerate the gas that's created out the back of the engine to cause the engine to move forward. Together, these parts produce thrust. Thrust is a mechanical force. It's a reaction caused by accelerating a gas. The gas is accelerated through the engine, and that causes the engine to move in the opposite direction. This is a little different than a propeller type engine, which a propeller actually pulls the engine and causes the aircraft to go forward. So a jet engine pushes the engine through the air, and a propeller engine pulls the engine through the air.
So, Teresa, do a commercial plane and a fighter jet use the same engine or have the same engine?
Well, no, they don't. A commercial plane uses an engine called a subsonic engine, which means it flies less than the speed of sound. And a military jet uses a supersonic engine, which causes it to fly greater than the speed of sound. Now, in order to make it fly greater than the speed of sound, it needs a little bit more thrust than a commercial gas turbine engine. It uses afterburners. Afterburners are attached to the exit of the engine right after the turbine section. And what the afterburner does is it burns more fuel and produces a lot more thrust and causes the engine to fly at speeds greater than the speed of sound.
What is NASA's involvement in the development of these engines?
Well, most people, when they think of NASA, they think of space. But the first A in NASA stands for aeronautics. So we also work on aeronautics research, such as the ultra-efficient engine technology at Glenn Research Center. What we're doing there is working on research to create engines that are more environmentally friendly and more efficient. We found that a combustor works really efficiently when you burn a lot of fuel very quickly. Well, that in turn creates a lot of high temperatures in the combustor. And the materials that are in the engines right now just can't withstand those temperatures without failing. So what we're doing is we're looking at new materials that can be created that withstand those higher temperatures. And in turn, we'll be able to create engines that are more environmentally friendly.
Cool. Go NASA.